Hello everybody, myself Prashant Mukhopadhyay, faculty member Electrical Engineering Department, Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. In my last class of Electric Machine 2, we have started say new chapter and basically new module. Under this module we have discussed switch reluctance motor, permanent magnet machines, etc. And today we'll start a new machine, electromechanical devices, brushless DC machines. Now, what is a brushless motor? Basically, a brushless DC motor, also known as BLDC or BL motor, is an electronically commutated DC motor which does not have brushes. Okay, so once again I am repeating, a brushless DC motor, which is commonly known as BLDC motor, and sometimes it is known as a BL motor or brushless motor, is an electronically commutated DC motor which doesn't have brushes. The controller provides pulses of current to the motor windings which control the speed and torque of the synchronous motor. These type of motors are highly efficient in producing a large amount of torque over a vast speed range. In brushless motors, permanent magnets rotate around a fixed armature and overcome the problem of connecting current to the armature. Commutation with electronics has a large scope of capabilities and flexibility, and they are known for smooth operation and holding torque when stationary. So this is about the introductions of this brushless motor. Now, how a BLDC motor is being constructed? So construction of BLDC motor, it is a commutator brushes arrangement helps in achieving unidirectional torque in a typical DC motor, that we know. And obviously commutator and brush arrangement are eliminated in a brushless DC motor, and here an integrated inverter or switching circuit is used to achieve unidirectional torque, and that is why these motors are sometimes also referred to as electronically commutated motors. Okay, so just like any other electric motor, BLDC motor also consists of two main parts, a stator and a rotor. So permanent magnets are mounted on the rotor of a BLDC motor, and the stator is wound for a specific number of poles. Also, a control circuit is connected to the stator winding, and most of the time the inverter control circuit or controller is integrated into the stator assembly, and this is the basic constructional difference between a brushless motor and a typical DC motor. So this part should be carefully be noted because this is the main difference between with brush motor and brushless motors. So these motors, BLDC motors, it's also like all other motors, having two parts, main parts. One is stator, another is the rotor, and permanent magnets are mounted on the rotor of a BLDC motor, and the stator is wound for a specific number of poles. Also, a control circuit is connected to the stator winding, and most of the time the inverter or control circuit, whatever be the name you can say, or controller, is integrated into the stator assembly, and this is the basic constructional difference between a brushless motor and a typical DC motor. A typical controller provides a three-phase frequency controlled supply to the stator winding. The supply is controlled by logical control circuits and energizes specific stator poles at a specific point of time. This can be understood from the animations about this working of the BLDC motors, which I will show all of you after the discussions. Now, what are the types of BLDC motors? So there are two types of BLDC motors based on their construction and design. One is inner rotor and inner rotor design, and the second one is the outer rotor design. So regardless of these types, so note that the permanent magnets are always mounted on the rotor and winding on the stator. So inner rotor design, or sometimes it is called in-runner, this is a conventional design where the rotor is located at the core or center and stator winding surrounds it. So this is the inner rotor BLDC motor construction. See, so rotor is inside, will be inside, and see, this is inner rotor, okay, and this is outer rotor design. So outer rotor design, so this is outer rotor, this is stator, and this is rotor. So outer rotor design or outer runner. So what we are finding in this configuration, the rotor is external, that is stator windings are located at the core, while the rotor carrying permanent magnets surrounds the stator. Okay, so this is the basic difference. This is in runner or inner rotor BLDC motor, and this is outer rotor. This is the construction view of inner rotor, and this is the construction view of outer rotor, and this is the picture of outer rotor. So this is rotor and this is stator. Okay, so stator will be mounted on the core, and the rotor will be outside or say surrounding this stator. Okay, that is shown here. How does BLDC work? So basically BLDC work, stator winding of a BLDC motor are connected to a control circuit, that is integrated switching circuit or inverter circuit, and the control circuit energizes proper winding at the proper time in a pattern which rotates around the stator, and permanent magnets on the rotor try to align with the energized electromagnets of the stator, and as soon as it aligns, the next electromagnets are energized. So thus the rotor keeps running. The animation which I am going to show you how a brushless DC motor works. So let's see how it is worked, whether we can see it right now or not. So I'll show you after this discussion. This is the outer rotor construction, and how this is working, that will be shown so after the discussions. Now, what is the difference between brushless versus brushed DC motor? So brushes require a frequent replacement due to mechanical wear. Basically, brushes are kept on the commutator. So as a result, so brushes are not rotating, but the commutator rotating, and as a result of friction, so brushes will be due to mechanical wear. So hence brushes are required to be replaced frequently. A brushed DC motor requires periodic maintenance, and also as brushes transfer current to the commutator, sparking occurs, and brushes limit the maximum speed and the number of poles the armature can have, and these all drawbacks are removed in a brushless DC motor. So an electronic control circuit is required in a brushless DC motor for switching stator magnets to keep the motor running, and this makes BLDC motor potentially less rugged. And advantages of BLDC motors over brushed motors are, say, increased efficiency, reliability, longer lifetime, no sparking and less noise, and more torque per weight, etc. So you can say these advantages also can be point out in this categorically 1, 2, 3 manners. So these are the advantages are pointed or described here. The advantages of BLDC motors are so BLDC motors are more efficient, as its velocity is determined by the frequency at which current is supplied and not the voltage. So this is very important. And as brushes are absent, the mechanical energy loss due to friction is less, which enhances efficiency. And thirdly, BLDC motors can operate at high speed under any condition. And next, we can also say there is no sparking, and much less noise during operation. This is also one of the advantages of brushless DC motor. And next is more electromagnets could be used on the stator for more precise control. And then BLDC motors accelerate and decelerate easily, as they are having low rotor inertia. And next is it is a high performance motor that provides large torque per cubic inch over a vast speed range. And BLDC motors do not have brushes, which make it more reliable, high life expectations and maintenance free operation. And next is there are no ionizing sparks from the commutator, and electromagnetic interference is also reduced. And such motors are cooled by conduction, and no airflow are required for inside cooling. Then these are the advantages. So is there any disadvantage? Of course, everything must have say disadvantage along with the advantages. So disadvantages of the brushless DC motors are number one is BLDC motors cost more than a brushed DC motor. And number two is the limited high power could be supplied to the BLDC motors. Otherwise, too much heat weakens the magnets, and the insulation of winding may get damaged. So the disadvantage is less over the advantage. So where advantages are more. So this is advantage and disadvantage part of BLDC motors. And then where the BLDC motors are applied. So applications of BLDC motors. So BLDC motors fulfill many requirements that a brushed DC motor does. But as they require a complicated control circuit, and due to cost considerations, they have not yet completely replaced brushed DC motors, especially in low-cost applications. And despite this, there are many applications where BLDC motors dominate, like consumer electronics, computer hard drives, small cooling fans, CD, DVD players, etc. And also in modern appliances where quiet operations is desired, such as washing machines, air conditioners, etc. And also in electric vehicles, many electric vehicles including electric and hybrid cars, electric bikes use BLDC motors, and they have a wide range of applications in many other areas, including robotics, industrial motion control systems, etc. And so these are all about this applications part. And now I will discuss its animation part of the working of BLDC motor. So let's see. So this is the animations of the in-runner BLDC motor working. So as I told you, this is the animation. See, this is actually the BLDC motor working. See, okay, and this is blast motor. Okay, this is the animation. Here, next, actually, this is outer run. Okay, outer rotor actually. BLDC motor working. See it minutely. Here, this is outer rotor BLDC motor. Stator is the inside. This is the control circuit, and this is rotor. Okay. Now, see, actually, this is a brass motor. from the, this is commutator, this is the process. Okay, process here, and this is actually another animation of working with the VLDC motor, and this is actually in runner or PA. So rotor is inside, inner rotor. Okay, so that's all about this animations of this VLDC motor working. Now we'll discuss about another motor, that is hysteresis motor. Basically how it works, what is its applications, etc. Now question is, what is hysteresis motor? So hysteresis motor is defined as a synchronous motor that has a cylindrical rotor and works on hysteresis losses induced in the rotor of hardened steel with high retentivity. And it is a single phase motor, and its rotor is made up of ferromagnetic materials with non-magnetic support over the shaft. Okay, so in short, so we can say, once again I am repeating, it's a hysteresis motor is defined as a synchronous motor. Carefully be noted, it is synchronous motor that has a cylindrical rotor and works on hysteresis losses induced in the rotor of hardened steel with high retentivity. So it is a single phase motor, and its rotor is made of ferromagnetic material with non-magnetic support over the shaft. What is the construction of this type of hysteresis motor? Hysteresis motor is constructed of 5 main components, that is stator, single phase stator winding, rotor, shaft and setting coil. The two most important components of the hysteresis motor are the stator and the rotor. Basically this is the most important component. So stator of hysteresis motor is designed in a particular manner to produce synchronous revolving field from a single phase supply, and stator carries 2 windings. One is the main winding and another is the auxiliary winding. In another type of design of hysteresis motor, the stator and the stator holds the poles of shaded types. Okay, so this is another type of design where the hysteresis motor, the stator holds the poles of shaded types, and in rotor, the rotor of hysteresis motor is made up of magnetic material that has high hysteresis loss property. Example of this type of material are chrome, cobalt steel or alnico or alloy, and hysteresis loss becomes high due to large area of hysteresis loop. So rotor does not carry any winding or teeth. The magnetic cylindrical portion of the rotor is assembled over a shaft through an arbor of non-magnetic material like brass, and rotor is provided with high resistance to reduce current loss. Okay, so basically this is actually about okay, so see, this is the case. Okay, this is main winding, this is auxiliary winding on the stator. Actually this is the stator, this is shaft. Okay, and this is rotor of chrome steel, and this is the area. Yeah, this is the conceptual view of hysteresis motor. So like this, actually air gap, aluminum arbor. Okay, this is hysteresis ring, and the tail is, and this is the stator winding. Okay, this is the hysteresis loss of the rotor material. This is the due to retentivity, residual magnetism. Okay, and how it works actually, what is principle of hysteresis motor, and starting behavior of hysteresis motor is like a single phase induction motor, and running behavior is the same as a synchronous motor. So this is very important. So starting behavior is like single phase induction motor, and running behavior is like a synchronous motor. Step by step its behavior can be realized in the working principle that is shown here. At the starting condition, when a stator is energized with a single phase AC supply, rotating magnetic field is produced in the stator. Actually, this rotating magnetic field is created as in case of a single phase induction motor. To maintain the rotating magnetic field, the main and the auxiliary winding must be supplied continuously at start as well as in the running conditions. And at the starting, by induction phenomena, secondary voltage is induced in the rotor by a stator rotating magnetic field, and hence eddy current is generated to flow in the rotor, and it develops torque. Okay, so this eddy current torque is developed along with the hysteresis torque in the rotor, and hysteresis torque in the rotor develops as the rotor magnetic material is with high hysteresis loss property and high retentivity, and the rotor goes under the slip frequency before going to the steady state running condition. So it can be state that when the rotor starts to rotate with the help of this eddy current torque due to induction phenomena, it behaves like a single phase induction motor. And at steady state running conditions, these are the case at this is actually the case of starting, and at steady state running condition. So when the speed of the rotor reaches near about the synchronous speed, the stator pulls the rotor into synchronism, and at the condition of synchronism, the relative motion between stator field and the rotor field vanishes. So there is no further induction phenomena to continue, and hence no eddy current to generate in the rotor, and thus the torque due to eddy current vanishes. So, and at the time of the rotor's rotation at the synchronous speed, rotating magnetic field flux in the stator produces poles on the rotor by induction, and they are named as north and south poles, and thus rotor behaves as a permanent magnet having rotor axis as the induced magnetic axis. For the high residual magnetism or retentivity, the rotor pole strength remains sustainable or unchanged. Again, higher the retentivity, higher is the hysteresis torque, and the hysteresis torque is independent of the rotor speed always, and the high retentivity enables the continuous magnetic locking between stator and rotor, and thus the motor rotates at synchronous speed. The maximum work done is to establish the hysteresis losses on the magnetization circle in the rotor is equal to the surface area inside the BH hysteresis curve. In lower load torque, the needed work done to rotate the rotor is equal to maximum magnetizing work of the hysteresis phenomena available already in the rotor. So the induced magnetic pole axis always follows the rotating magnetic field of stator without any lag angle, but when the load torque is sufficiently high, the maximum magnetizing work in the rotor by hysteresis phenomena cannot fulfill the work done needed to rotate the rotor. So the induced magnetic field axis or rotor pole axis lags the rotating magnetic field axis of the stator at an angle delta H or del H. Hence the rotor pole axis tries to catch up the stator magnetic field axis, and if the load torque is increased, this lagging angle will be increased up to the very max before dropping below the synchronous conditions. And as the rotor poles are attracted towards the moving stator poles and run at synchronous speed, and as there is no slip at steady state running condition, only hysteresis torque is present to keep the rotor running at synchronous speed, and it behaves like a synchronous motor. So this is actually the case shown here. And what is hysteresis power loss? So that is pH in hysteresis motor. Hysteresis power loss in the rotor of the hysteresis motor is given by this pH equal to kH. This is the constant FR, Bmax in to the power n. FR is the frequency of the flux departure of the rotor in Hertz. Bmax is the maximum value of the flux density in the air gap T, and pH is the heat power loss due to hysteresis in watt. So kH is constant. So what is the equation of hysteresis torque in the hysteresis motor? This is actually the Pmax. Okay, this is actually pH. This is the torque, and this is the relation of this rotor speed with the synchronous speed and rotor frequency with the synchronous frequency. So this is the hysteresis torque. Okay, so this is given by. So from the equations of this hysteresis torque, it is clear that the hysteresis torque is independent of frequency and speed. There is no term here. So what is the torque speed characteristics of this hysteresis motor? And torque speed characteristics of this hysteresis motor is like this. So that constant hysteresis torque occurs in the hysteresis motor, and this constant valued torque allows the motor to synchronize any load. It can accelerate, and the normal operating range is mentioned with a say dark vertical line. This is the range of this is hysteresis operations, and this is the speed, rotor speed, and this is the developed torque. And what is this speed torque characteristics? The torque is almost constant from starting to running condition, and at starting condition, say actually that starting torque is the eddy current torque actually, and along with the hysteresis torque, but in the running condition net running torque means only the hysteresis torque. Okay, so this is actually this case. The starting torque of the hysteresis motor, suppose if phi s is the starter flux at synchronous speed, phi r is the rotor flux, and due to the hysteresis effect, phi r dash phi s at an angle alpha, then the starting torque produced is this actually at k is this proportional constant. Now types of this hysteresis motor, there are various types of hysteresis motor by constructions. Say actually this is cylindrical rotor, cylindrical hysteresis motor, cylindrical rotor having disc hysteresis motors. It has an annular ring-shaped rotor, and circumferential field hysteresis motors are also there. It has a rotor supported by a ring of non-magnetic material with zero magnetic permeability, and axial field hysteresis motors are also there. So it has a rotor supported by a ring of magnetic material with infinite magnetic permeability. So advantages of hysteresis motor, and the main advantages of this hysteresis motor are like this: as no teeth and no winding in the rotor, no mechanical vibrations takes place during its operations. Its operation is quiet and noiseless as there is no vibration. It is suitable to accelerate inertial loads, and multi-speed operation can be achieved by employing a gear tree. And disadvantages of this hysteresis motor: the disadvantages of hysteresis motors are the hysteresis motor has poor output, that is 1/4 of the output of an induction motor with the same dimensions, low efficiency, low torque, low power factor, and this type of motor is available in very small sizes only. And applications of hysteresis motor: there are many applications like sound producing equipment, sound recording instruments, high quality record players, etc. Timing devices, electric clocks, teleprinters, etc., where hysteresis motor can be used. So with this we can close this discussion on hysteresis motor. So in today's class we have discussed about BLDC motors, its types, working, advantages, disadvantages, and applications, and also hysteresis motor, its construction, how it's works, how hysteresis torque is being produced, and what are the different types of hysteresis motor. These are actually the its characteristics, etc. We have discussed its applications, and advantage, disadvantage, everything we have covered during this special electromagnetical devices module of. So hope you will understand this. The net outcome of this today's discussion is you will be capable to understand where and how BLDC motors and hysteresis motor work, where it is used and why it is used, and what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of this type of machines. So hopefully you have understood it, and if you have any problem we'll discuss during discussion session. So thank you all for hearing this lecture. Thank you.